Hello and welcome back, my beautiful Pisces or my Benitos. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Today we're looking at our blocks. And what came in was the Devil card in this deck. Isn't he mesmerizing, right? The first thing that I notice, however, is that he's under it almost looks like he is under one of these red, just maybe the fire glowing on it, but it was like a red, cape, yeah. And the other thing that came through is that sometimes these two get mixed up. And I thought that was very interesting. And I mean, I could have spent time unpacking it, but I waited till today to do it. Why? Because, well, we're going to unpack it together. So what did they mean by that? Well, when a death card comes in, a rebirth card, it brings in change. And that change can be scary. It can be unwelcome sometimes, you know, like it ends up being welcome, but at the time of it happening, it isn't. You're feeling very scared about it, maybe worried about it. Transformation is never easy. And it feels like there are forces greater at work here. And I feel that sometimes we think those forces are not benevolent for us, okay? You see, the way that Spirit says is that the way we see things is what they are, okay? So we can make devil energy good. We can make and rebirth energy bad, and vice versa. It's what you call it. It's basically calling it what it is, right? It's giving it the energy to become something. It's like you name it, you get it. There's something that I used to say to people when they said, "Are demons real?" And I used to tell them, "Do you want them to be?" That is the quintessential meaning to this, is that sometimes we assign energies to events in our lives. And I feel that Spirit is saying here in the block that it's hard to explain. I need to write it down, write a book and stuff about it, but we assign the energy to it. We give it the power over us to call it good or bad, okay? So that's the gist of it. I mean, I could unpack it for different situations, of course, because, you know, that's the beauty of life, right? When you post something on Facebook or any other social media and you say something vague, right? Some people will take it one way, another person will take it another way, another person will take it another way, and then they come back all together going, well, no, that's not right, or yes, absolutely. Okay, same thing with readings, Pisces. So this may hit you in a certain way, and it may hit the person beside you a whole different way. That's the thing about our energy. It's, especially if we're not specifically talking about one topic in particular, and even then, we become at odds with each other for certain things. So this is saying, to simplify it, because I could go on, and, you know, I would love to, but I won't, that sometimes these two characters right here, these two energies, can get mixed up with each other. It's almost like you take one for the other and the other for the other, and you should take a moment to make sure that you are, in your situation in particular, you are giving it the right definition, okay? That you're not calling a rebirth moment where your life is about to change a devil moment, okay? So that's the most basic way I can put it. And it is the most basic way, because I could say more, a lot more, but I'm not, because it'd be here for days. It'd be here for days. This is where I would love to have a group conversation with you guys. And I think I might write that down and put it. Yeah. These are great ideas for conversations. Yeah. I might put this on Facebook. I might ask people's, yeah, when's the last time you have mixed these two up? Have you ever mixed these two up? Thought one was one and it wasn't really. You know, it's one of those situations where it's the worst thing that could have happened, and then like months later you go, oh my God, that was the best thing that could have happened. And it was a rebirth moment, not a devil moment. That's exactly what I'm talking about. See? Yeah. I think what they're saying here is that something that causes you anxiety. This 9 has been wanting to come out in this deck. There's so many more beautiful cards in these decks. Look at underneath the deck. Restore. We were talking about that yesterday. So, yeah. Do you mistake anxiety moments for moments of pain? Of the devil energy, right? Because they're giving you anxiety. Let's say this transformation, you go, I don't know what I'm going to do, and everything's changing so fast around me, and you're saying anxiety, oh my God, this devil energy. Not devil energy. What they actually brought in last time is the more comfortable you are in the restrictions that you've built for yourself, that's more devil energy than this is. Because saying stagnant and not moving is actually probably more. It's going, well, I know. It's the devil I know, right? You ever heard that before? It's the devil you know. And that's trickery. Devil is more trick energy, right? Okay, so we have the 3 of Pentacles. I love the 3 of Pentacles in this deck. It's so pretty. You have... to me, that's always the sign of spirit guides, but it's also the sign of support. What they're saying, because this is the block, is that what you might do is actually ask for help from your spirit guides, but not only your spirit guides, you can actually ask what other people think. People you trust. What do you think about this situation? You know, it's making me really anxious, but do you think it's a good thing or do you think it's a bad thing? It's good to ask. It's good to get somebody's perspective. Says, I know you can't make the decision for me or, you know, anything, but what if you were in this decision-making process? What would you think of it? Sometimes getting somebody's perspective can say it's a great opportunity and all this, and you start seeing in your mind, right, so is it an expansion or is it a restriction? Do I feel restricted because I feel anxious? You know, it's trying to unblur the lines is what I feel here. It's like, try to get clear on what you're seeing. Some of it may be perception, Pisces. Some of it may be your own perception. That is right. It could be just you thinking from personal experience, right? The whole point to the end of the week is to liberate yourself. It's to liberate yourself from these feelings. Ooh, surrender your fear of intimacy. Okay, so some of you may be very much relationship. I mean, I see these two, and it looks very much like that. Unhealthy relationship. Okay. All right. So we're definitely dealing with something with the heart, with relationship with other people. Very interesting. Some of you may be, I don't know, revamping or relooking at your relationships. Like I said, I usually don't do much on relationships or love, but it is a very big part of our lives, the people we surround ourselves with, right? So friendships, lovers, parents, friends, they're all a very big part of our lives, okay? So surrender your fear of intimacy. You're ready to let love in, compassionately identify, and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart, right? Right. Maybe this has to do with this as well. Like, I'm thinking to myself that there's a new relationship coming in, but because of the past, that restrictive relationship, this is how you're identifying, okay, as a wrong thing. This expansion, this opportunity that came in. And then surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and be surrounded by positive people. I feel they're saying the same thing. Don't mistake one for the other. Let love in and let toxicity out. I feel they're saying that again. But for relationships. How interesting, Pisces. This is very different energy. I feel I'm going into the minutia of your energy, which is interesting to me. it's very interesting. It's very interesting to Jane. All right, so I'm going to take, this is called the Moon Magic, I think. Yeah, Moon Magic. Yeah, it's almost like saying, make sure that you let go of a real toxic relationship or a toxic past. And make sure that you're not taking good relationships and throwing them out because of toxic relationships. It's very interesting. That's how I feel. I feel like it's like, don't mistake one for the other. Don't mistake something new for something old. Yeah, release that. Okay, embrace harmony. This could be very well your relation. This could be for people who are looking for a relationship. Ooh, I love this. First of all, the 8 speaks to me of working on things. Absolutely. And the last quarter moon, it feels like the light and the dark, right? It does feel like the both sides of the story. Which one's light, which one's dark? Like, don't confuse them. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I know, I'm going to say that a lot. Yeah, creativity, release, and loss. You see, release and loss. This is where they're going here. Once again, things hang in the balance. This represents a creative come down that is natural consequence of creative success. So, with any aspects of life, to experience the highs, we also feel the lows. To enjoy the flow of abundance, we must endure its ebb. Okay? So, now it's time to reassess your situation, your creativity, and so on. So now they're talking about your creativity. Okay? Maybe you started doing something and it didn't work out, and now you're thinking, oh, that was all for nothing, right? And you're looking to either pick it, there's this coming in. Maybe you're looking to pick it back up or try something new in the same vein. And it's feeling like this, but it's this. Very interesting. Look back at your recent achievements and decide what worked best for you and what didn't. What do you need to leave behind? Has life delivered a harsh lesson that you need to learn from? Nice. Look at this. It's all about this. They're talking about times of bereavement. In other words, if you've lost a relationship, make sure that you have done the grieving for it, right? A period of release, letting go, is in force. Take heart, though, and trust that better times are not far ahead. Become more self-aware. and reflect on what you can do to improve your situation. What are you doing? Okay. She's ripping up the carpet. You can hear in the background. You go ahead and do that, sunshine. I give her attention, and then I'm this way, and she's behind me, and I'm pretty sure it's her way of going, Mama, you're not paying attention to me. Waxent Crescent 3. Very interesting, because this deck has all Wishmaker, all of these things, and these are all moon cycles. It has the moon cycles, but this is specifically. So, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Motivation and change. So this is what I feel. I feel, again, this, and then this, okay? They're taking very specific sides. One's the devil energy, one is the death energy, right? So this is, things will begin to fall into place quite naturally. And you are safe to let this happen. I like the way it starts, okay? Look out for happy coincidences, for they tend to occur when this card comes up, okay? You need to trust and believe that things are changing for the better. With any kind of change can be unsettling. I can't make it up. It actually says this. While any kind of change can be unsettling, the changes indicated are usually positive ones. Okay, so take positive action towards your goals. Maintain your motivation. They're saying small steps gets you somewhere. Whatever action you can right now moves your dreams closer to reality. So they say start taking the first steps ahead of it. Okay, take a few decisive steps forward, and it'll help the manifestation process and maybe help you get you out of your block, out of your fear of doing it wrong or whatever. How interesting, Pisces. Are you trying to get my attention again? No? Okay. What you doing back there? What you doing back there? She's looking at me. Like, what are you doing over there? She's looking at me going, what are you doing over there? I'm talking to my friends. I'll play with you later, I swear. You know I do. So I've got you in here. Skull. Endings. I love this. I love this. It's got the transformation in it. Yeah. Yeah, let's carry on. They're very let's say reliable in the way that they think things out. Oh, and it opened right on it. Endings are at hand. It's a powerful symbol of mortality. Death, right? But it also symbolizes the circle of life. Both endings and how those endings birth new beginnings. You could be experiencing the end of a relationship, job, phase of your life. It is imperative that you give yourself space to feel that sorrow. And again, I feel like this has already happened. You're just, maybe you didn't take the time to grieve. Okay, that process. You didn't grieve it, Pisces. And now they're asking you to do that. Yeah. Give yourself space to grieve this ending and process your emotion. Whether it is welcome and has been a long time coming, a sudden or unexpected change is often uncomfortable. Again, we're talking about this expansion change. It's uncomfortable. It makes you think that you're going through devil energy, but it's not. It's just change. Okay? Change, okay. Change is often uncomfortable, but this symbol is urging you to look at endings with a different perspective. The plants pictured growing from the skull base in this card symbolize the growth that can occur after the end. Endings act as fertile ground for whatever you decide to plant next. Give yourself grace as you experience these transitions and prepare for a fresh start. Okay? Letting go. Difficulties are ending, accepting things that you can't change. All right. It's very interesting. I love this. Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world to me, Pisces. It does. It really does. Resilience. Alrighty. Well, that's also a very good card. And resilience is good. I love succulents. Look at how pretty they are. And by the way, 38 is 11. 29 is 11. So you have 11 here, my beautiful Pisces. Okay? You also have my card, the 3 of Pentacles. My spirit guide card. So this is exactly letting you know that the guides are here. They're here for you. Okay? So absolutely, my beautiful Pisces. My beautiful Benitos. Benitos. By the way, that means little fishies. Another word for skipjack. Fishies. Succulents. I have one. I have one downstairs. I should probably bring it up here. Mainly recognized as common houseplants, succulents are also known for thriving in difficult conditions. They store water in their leaves, stems, and roots, which allows them to thrive long after they've been tended. This represents long-term planning, tenacity, endurance it takes to develop resilience. Take advantage of your own inner reserves of mental and physical resilience in challenging times to remain calm and collected in the face of crisis and confusion. And I feel this is it. You're going through something, okay? Whether it's mental, physical, spiritual, it doesn't matter. You're going through something. When you tap into this reserve, you're gaining valuable skills and learning important lessons about your limits. This is also the energy of longevity and wanting something long-lasting. Set your intentions for a career, relationship, or situation you'd like to see in the long run. Keep striving for what you've been placed in your heart. Stay healthy by watering yourself with love and care. Love and care, right? Despite everything you've endured, you're continuing to bloom. So, yeah. Don't give up, my beautiful Pisces, okay? There's a lot coming in for you. Sometimes we need to stop, take a moment, and look at what we're seeing. Is it real? Are we pages sorting ourselves? You know, that's my favorite one. You guys know that. I always feel that the Page of Swords sometimes can come in and play a little bit of a role of throwing us, you know, under the bus. So just, you know. This is the Three of Wands, and it's again talking about take those first steps, right? Putting things in motion, preparation, the first optimistic steps. Just take the lead, Okay, your ships are coming in as well. I rarely talk about that, but there are ships on this card. So it's like you can see it. You can see it in the distance. Take those first few steps. I mean, go meet up with them, you know? Go meet up with them. See what is. Don't cancel yourself before you've done anything at all, is what I'm feeling. Just don't cancel yourself before you need to. That's the other part, right? Out of anxiety, out of fear. Take your courage and go ahead. You know, give it a shot. Right? Don't sign into your illusions. That's the other thing. Until you get a clear picture of what is, don't just like go, okay, I'm not sure about this. I'm just going to cancel it. You know, I'm gonna opt out. You know, because the moon is about, can you trust your illusions, right? The shadow self sometimes has a very big impact on us. It makes us believe there's a boogeyman when there's not. The moon does shine a light, but sometimes that light isn't big enough for us to see. Okay? We only see a certain amount. It is a very bright light. It's a very beautiful light, depending on the moon and the season. But there's sometimes that this moon is not giving us enough of a view of what we need to be seeing. So it's absolutely talking about that, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's carry on. Let's carry on. Beautiful. I have 3 more decks, I think. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Let's say Queen of the Moon. Self-love. Let's take another. And we'll check them out. Pisces. Pleasure. Yeah, I feel that they're really going forward in relationships. There's something here about relationship. Yeah. The way she holds on to herself, I feel like a protective. I know it's written self-love, but I feel more like somebody trying to protect themselves from hurt, from pain, from something that's happened, right? But they're saying empowerment starts from the inside out. Okay? Start your change with focus and love of self. I love this. Sometimes we feel we're not enough. Sometimes we've been told we're not enough by our own voice. We just said that, right? That we're getting page of sorted. That's what I feel like. Not smart enough, not pretty enough, not powerful enough, not talented enough, not good enough at what we choose to do. Not ambitious enough, not experienced enough, not curvy enough, not thin enough, not glamorous enough, not porn star enough, not enough of a lady. And as a result, all of this makes us not love ourselves enough. Now that's the devil energy. That when we tell ourselves we're not enough for anything, for a job, for a relationship, for anything, okay? That's when the devil goes, come here. Just stay here where you're comfortable. Don't expand. Stay here. Here is better, okay? So then there's the opposite, that we're too something. Too tall, too short, too fat, too wrinkly, too pimply, too old, too young, too quiet, too mouthy, too noticeable, too opinionated, too much trouble, too much, full stop. Is it any wonder that many of us feel such self-loathing or dissatisfaction with the self? Please just stop. I love this. Please just stop. Put your blinkers on. Breathe. Be with yourself. Do ritual. Speak to the goddess or whatever energy floats your boat and ask for help. Remember, we have the 3 right here. The 3. Okay? This is the card of spirit for me. You have 1111, your angels coming into this reading. Okay? So, yes, indeed, listen to any or all of the crazy misdemeanors that your mind may throw at you, but then hug these untruths like a crying puppy and soothe the reasons they're there. Know that you're doing the best you can right now, that you are not your past, and you can soothe yourself, and most importantly, you can move on. Know that this comparison craziness is just a diversion from knowing yourself really well and discovering amazing, delicious aspects of yourself that are entirely satisfying. Focus on you, not others, and discover where you really might like change. There it is. Okay? If anywhere or anything for your own personal beliefs, there you go. Okay? Your own personal benefit, not for some outward measure of enoughness. True power and happiness comes from inside out, like an unfurling spiral. Beautiful. Okay? Woe is the person who relies on the opinions of others to gain happiness and self-measure. Choose radical self-love. Choose you. And they're actually, this companion stone is a rose quartz. I would do the rose quartz. I think I have one here. They can look something similar to this. They have a nice light. This is good. This is not only just the heart space, it's also good at clearing your energy. It's beautiful, okay? It's got a very soft kind of energy coming in. So you have pleasure, 18. Are you taking life too intensively or too seriously? The time has come to call in the pleasures of life. Seek lightheartedness, again with the heart, right? Focus on what would make you happy. Schedule activities you find pleasurable. In our search for a better life, something happened along the way. We forgot to find a real pleasure in what we do rather than just being diverted from the everyday. Life can be overwhelming, and our rational mind seems to need every available minute of our time to be able to cope with its demands. Pleasure has taken a back seat. And there is a pattern of it now forming destructive tendencies such as binge drinking rather than simply having a wine or two with friends. A big part of pleasure is letting go. It does not mean surrendering or giving up. It simply means handing over all our administration, stress, and worries for a time and immersing ourselves in something joyful. When we don't allow ourselves to experience pleasure, whether in a form of laughter, play, sensuality, surrender your fear of intimacy, and or development of skills, we remain less than whole and feel a wanting. No fun actually makes us dull indeed. Over time, we're much less effective in our emotional and work lives if we do not experience regular doses of pleasure. Our ancient ancestors knew the importance of pleasure in the forming of a healthy mind, body, and spirit. There were gods and goddesses dedicated to happiness and pleasure of life, such as the Egyptian goddess Hathor. And the temples of Hathor were joyful places, full of songs and beauty. They were small temples placed in her honor outside other major deities' temples so that people could be in a happy and contented mental mood before entering to worship. Wouldn't that be great, Pisces, if we could have that everywhere? Little buildings that was like, these are pleasure buildings. When you're in these buildings, you must have joy and pleasure in your life. I think let's do that. Let's start building those right now. Let's do that. Let's make it a Pisces movement. They call us flighty and nutty anyway. Might as well, but watch people using them though. Okay. Mental mood before entering to worship. The Egyptians clearly believed that having a positive or relaxed state of mind assisted in having a positive spiritual connection. Well, duh. We already know this. Okay, so more. Let's take from this beautiful deck that gave us the devil card. That gave us the devil. And usually the Devil and the Lover's card, they're one in the RWS deck. They're the same card. It's just you have a devil and an angel. I love that because it's just saying, don't, you know, harmonize. Don't deharmonize. Harmonize. I really wish we made a noise, you know, that was in harmony with what we wanted. You know, we picked the energy above that has that noise, that energetic harmonizing noise. You know, it goes, and we could hear our own and go, okay, it's a little low today. How do I get it up here, right? Wouldn't that be so much easier? You guys can do something about that. Talking to my angels. Can you guys, like, could you do? Ah, getting the smirk again. That means we have the ability to do it. And I knew this Ten of Swords was coming. Remember, I saw it. When did I see it? Yesterday, day before? There it is. Endings, right? Yeah. Stop floating around in a wreckage of what was. This is what I feel, because there's wreckage here, right? And this is like the tarot oneness. So first person, you're in here somewhere. Okay? Go swim out here. First of all, there's the sun, there's another ship, there's more coming in. You don't need to stay here. You don't need to float in the wreckage of what was. That's exactly what that card, I mean, that's what comes in. Do not float in the wreckage of what was. Take off. Take off, man. Swim, my bonitos. Bonitos. Swim towards success. That's what this is. Success. And there's that 11. 11 coming in again. Okay? You're accountable for your decisions. You decide. Make fair decisions for yourself. Don't lock yourself out of your success. This is what I'm hearing. Don't lock yourself out of your potential success. You have so much. I love these words. Pleasure, succulent, self-love. Yeah, very sexy words. And I think you should be sexy with yourself. I think you should take care of yourself. I think you should let yourself feel happiness, joy, and pleasure. Okay? Just walking around feeling all this burdensome energy. Yeah. Choose better. Choose better for yourself. If you can get past that red devil energy, the red, you can see inside the eyes there that there's some really wondrous things waiting for you. Believing is seeing. I like that. Let's check that out. Believing is seeing. And it is the brow chakra indigo. There's an old saying, I believe it when I see it, but one of the greatest spiritual secrets is the opposite. We'll see it when we believe it. And that's it. Okay? There's the stars in this card, and there's a star, there's a star in his cape, right? The biggest one. What we believe in our inner world has a lot to do with what we'll see or experience in our outer world. That means all of your inner dialogues and beliefs are in some way impacting the world we are experiencing. When this card comes to you, you're being reminded that you're a powerful co-creator of your world. Every thought, feeling, action, and non-action is contributing to the field of energy around you and curating the reality you're experiencing. Therefore, it's important to craft thoughts, dreams, daydreams, and ideas that work for you in a loving way. This isn't about controlling the universe, but about raising your vibration so that you can co-create a more loving and supporting world for yourself. Set your sights higher. Think about what you want to experience. Envision the life you want for yourself. Know you are creating it. I'll see it when I believe it. I'll see it when I believe it, okay? So believe that these changes are going to bring you to a better place. Even though they may feel scary to be going into, believe it within yourself, okay? We'll take another and then we'll call it a day. We will call it a day. This is a very good block card. I feel that it had a lot. It had a lot to share about our internal workings. I really liked that. It was very clear on what the problem was. How many times do we do that, right? Okay, that fell. I was called here on a mission. Yeah, you don't want to be hiding away from your life because you're afraid of change. We came here to live, not to hide, right? So just remember that. Live your life. Enjoy it. Enjoy life. I know, I'm a great one to talk. I go, yeah, let's do it. And then, you know, I'm going to be the one in the closet going, I don't think so, Tim. I'm not getting out of here. But I'm getting around to it. I'm getting around to it. This is certainly not your first incarnation, and there's a good chance it's not your last. Before you came into this body, your soul set the intention to remember the power of your spirit in this lifetime. 1111, remember that, right? It set the intention to bring the light of Source, who keep coming in to talk to you. 1111, right? That was your mission. The rest was left up to you. All the learning, all the experiences, and what you might do with them. But your life has great purpose. And when this comes to you, the universe is reminding you of this. In fact, this is supposed to be a boost of confidence for you, Pisces. It shows that you're on the right path. Just by being who you truly are, you're a bright spark of light and goodness to other people. Stop getting in yourself worried about specifics. Just express the power of your spirit in the most authentic way possible. Shine now. Shine where you are. Express your gifts and the rest will unfold. I remember the power of my spirit. I like that. So yeah, that's it. That's it, my beautiful Pisces. I mean, like I said, I feel successful today in the way that this came out. Let's just leave it at that. And I hope that you've gotten a lot from it. Please don't get these confused, okay? As uncomfortable as change is not the devil energy. It is something that's bringing and heralding something brand new for you. And that's the way you have to take it, okay? So don't be afraid of your relationships. Don't be afraid of your new career changes. Don't be afraid of anything. It's fear. The only thing you need to fear is fear itself, and that's nothing here, okay? Doesn't belong here. All right, my beautiful Pisces, I'm going to send you a lot of love, light, and blessing, and please take care of yourself. Thank you for being part of my channel. I offer many things. It's in the description box. You go ahead and have a little read there because there's quite a bit. But please make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't, and click that notification to all button. Comment and share it if you can. That helps as well. And I will see you tomorrow for the crown and the ground. Take good care of yourself.